So after George Russell's win in Monza, it's back to Baku, where we might just be able to take another big bite out of Max Verstappen's championship lead. What's up, folks? Welcome back to F1 Manager. My name's Aaron. I'm managing Mercedes on F1 Manager, and we are gearing up for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We are we are in the Constructors' Championship, 19 points behind Red Bull, and we are 33 points behind Max Verstappen in the Drivers' Championship with George Russell. Lewis Hamilton is 63 points adrift of the Dutchman. As the title race begins to hot up, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 races left, including today's this weekend's, whatever you want to call it, in Baku. And we won the last race in Monza, Max Verstappen finishing third that day, but he had won the previous 2 races before that. So we need to continue the winning feeling and build on that result to close the gap. Azerbaijan, though, long straights but slow corners. Let's have a look at the old car analysis. By the way, we have added the new front wing to, I believe it was Lewis Hamilton's car, and the new rear wing to George Russell's car, because there was only one of each in time for Monza. So now they are fully upgraded to the highest degree. Car analysis. So top speed, obviously crucial. Low speed, also crucial. We are 7th for top speed, but we have very good DRS effectiveness, which will help with the straights. We're best for low speed. So this could be an interesting race. Let's see how we fare against Red Bull. They're 3rd for top speed, 9th for low speed. So they might lose a lot of speed in the corners. A lot of time in the corners, I should say. Wow, that means it's going to be very much on a knife edge. We've got to get our strategy right. We've got to get qualifying right, and make sure we're in the best position to capitalise on red flags and safety cars and all the chaos that can come on the streets of Baku. So I'm going to dive into practice, and then we can do a motor race. Q2 done and dusted, and Max Verstappen topped the times, but he does have a penalty to serve. I'm not sure what it's for. I'm not sure why he's got it. It did pop up after practice 3, so maybe he changed some power unit parts. Maybe he collided with someone, because I simulated that session. But we've actually been waiting for him to tow us along, and it's worked a treat, because in Q1, on our runs at least, Verstappen obviously doing another run without us tailing him, we've just followed him, and Russell's ended up going faster by about a quarter of a second. So we're going to dive into Q3 and just repeat that, because it's worked for us. Hamilton hasn't had quite as strong a session as Russell so far, but Russell has had a double slipstream both times. So I think actually what we'll do is switch it around for the first run and then return to the way we've been doing it in the first 2 sessions for the second run, because we've got 3 fresh sets of tyres. We've managed to save us a nice new set for the race. So let's get into qualifying. Alright, we're starting our first flying lap here. Verstappen, you can see, is just ahead of us. We're a little bit further back because I wasn't quite quick enough on the send out, but that might actually help us. It might give us enough of a slipstream, but not so much dirty air. We'll go up to ×4 speed. What's our first sectors like? They are greens. I'm guessing Verstappen has done... No, it's Alonso who set the fastest time in the middle sector. So the first... in all sectors. In fact, Russell has now beaten him in the middle sector. Hamilton will get the benefit of a double slipstream down the pit straight. Where does Verstappen go? He only goes second. Russell third. Hamilton fourth. Alonso with a rapid lap time. He's 3/10 clear of the field. That is insane. Where has Alonso found that pace? Okay, we are starting our flying laps. Alonso didn't improve his time, so if we can find the best part of half a second, then we could have pole position. Verstappen wasn't improving last time I checked. Still not improving, although he does a personal best final sector to stay third fastest. Hamilton improves. Russell improves. As the checkered flag falls, let's maybe have a look at the sector times. That's not telling me the data I want to see, which is the best sector times. So Perez crosses the line, is second place. He is 800ths behind Alonso. Middle sector, Hamilton, fastest of anyone. Russell beats him. Right, Mercedes could be in the game here for a massive result in qualifying. Here we go, Lewis Hamilton. That's a Ferrari up ahead that might be giving us a distant tow, which is Sainz. Leclerc is behind us. Hamilton goes third fastest. Russell goes third fastest also. We got to within 0.2 of Alonso. The Spaniard takes pole. Verstappen will be fifth with a grid penalty. Leclerc only ninth. So this is a great chance for both our drivers to make some serious ground on Max Verstappen. But it's not quite the front row position we were hoping for. But it's a decent starting spot indeed. And yeah, anything can happen in Baku. So let's keep an eye out for that. Strategy time then for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I've underfueled by a couple of laps. Everything is set for the driver options. Tyre selection. The computer suggests a medium hard as the strategy A. But going soft medium works better. It's some 20 seconds faster. So and this is on aggressive as well the whole way. So we can deal with that. Stop around lap 20 to 22 and job's good, really, as long as we can get the overtakes done. We've got good DRS effectiveness. Yeah, just see where Verstappen pops up with his penalty. I'm guessing it's going to be like 3 places as it was in Belgium. We're starting 3rd and 4th. Hopefully Alonso and Perez take each other out, or at least just let us through. That would be great, but we've got a great chance to reduce Verstappen's gap at the top of the standings. So let's do a motor race. Alright, Fernando Alonso and Sergio Perez on the front row. We've got 5 red lights. The lights are out, the race is on. And where is Verstappen? He is 10th. Russell has jumped into 2nd position. He's going around the outside of Perez. I don't think he'll make it stick as Alonso actually moves in front of the Mexican who's on mediums. Looks like Alonso is also on a set of softs. Russell moves into 2nd position, it would look like, and he has indeed. And is that Hamilton going around Perez? It is. The Red Bull is dropping back. Hamilton, through goes Hamilton for 3rd position. Great start for Mercedes. Now we can just go with Alonso, who's on a used set of soft tyres. Verstappen has made 1 place, but he's right in the thick of it. Look at Lando Norris there. He could do us a real solid and hold those Ferraris and Red Bulls and Aston Martins behind him. Excellent opening lap for Mercedes. Russell is right on the tail of Alonso. I could not have asked for more. I am allowing the 2 drivers to battle. We've actually got a safety car. So throw all that out the window. Somebody's in the wall. It's Piastri, who has crashed in the McLaren at turn 2. I'm guessing he's just going to drive straight into the wall. He has indeed, and made a right old mess of that Macca. And that is the end of his race. So, safety car is out, which is good news for us. We can conserve a whole load of fuel and also the tyres. Which just means when we go to mediums, it'll be better. We'll have more tyre to use. And now we can attack Fernando Alonso. So I'm going to ask George Russell to go for some high aggressive overtakes. I'm asking him to drive in clean air as well. I'm going to ask Hamilton not to fight his teammate. So there's George lining it up already. The green flag waves. Alonso, has he gone? He does now. Here comes George Russell. Can he make the overtake on the restart lap? Not yet. Hamilton just sitting behind. But here comes George Russell. The Russell shuffle for the lead of the race. Down the outside into turn 3. Doesn't quite make it, but he might just pinch the inside for turn 4. Oh, it's so close. And they're very close to tangling. But George Russell is making the move for the lead. The Russell Shuffle all the way to first position. And here comes Lewis Hamilton. I'll ask him to now start driving in clean air as well. Tyres are at a good temperature, so we can just hold off on pushing them too hard. Russell taking the lead of this race. Verstappen is down in 12. How's he ended up there? But I don't care, really, because that's great news for both our drivers. They can take lots of points out of the Dutchman's championship lead. And we've got a bit of a strategy to play within the team, I suppose, because we don't want to be wasting time tripping over each other, battling for the lead. But we could definitely get ahead of everybody else. Hamilton round the outside of Alonso. Absolutely fabulous overtake, but I don't know if he's going to have DRS here. He doesn't, but he does have the position. So maybe if we deploy with Hamilton, try and escape the clutches of Fred Alonso. Just checking in with Max Verstappen to make sure he's having a horrible time of it today. In a totally sporting context, of course. He is stuck behind Carlos Sainz and Lance Stroll. Stroll is actually falling back. Well, I say that, he's just gained a little bit through that section on Lando Norris, who is being a bit of a buffer for everybody. And that's helping us to extend a bit of a gap back to that lot. And hopefully, when we pit, we can come out ahead of them. Norris is on a set of mediums, while Stroll is on a used set of softs. Verstappen, I know why he was so far behind earlier. He stopped. He pitted for a set of softs, having started on mediums. Something that might be an issue for us now is that Perez has passed Alonso and is starting to pick up his pace. So Russell is about to cross the line on a 47.7, a 47.8 for Lewis, 47.7 for Perez. So he matches us. The lead is 5.5 seconds back to Perez. Hamilton still trying to get past George Russell. It's just not quite working out for him there. Yeah, but all fine because they're not crashing into each other. But this is a familiar sight to Mercedes fans. The silver arrows, even though they're both black now. First and second, and very close together. Brings back memories of 2014 to 2016. Alright, well, as the Mercedes are side by side, Verstappen has just set the fastest lap of the race to signify his intent to come and get us. Hamilton now, in fact, I'm going to ask George not to fight his teammate because we just need to press on here. In fact, we'll push with the fuel. I was getting them to try and top up the battery, but that's not going to work out. So push with the fuel. We'll go like this for another few more laps, and then hopefully we can open up a gap back to Perez. Well, at the moment they can't undercut us, but Perez is going deep into this race on a set of mediums. Verstappen will definitely need to stop again, but he'll stop after us. We could probably do with looking after Lewis's tyres a little bit more, because they're at the same level as Alonso for wear remaining, but Alonso has fallen to 6th position. Hamilton's advantage is he is in the lead. Alright, Lewis Hamilton is coming in to the pit lane for his pit stop. George Russell, I'm going to get him to attack on the tyres. They don't need to go any further after this. 2.9 second stop for Lewis Hamilton. He's going to pop out behind Carlos Sainz and crucially ahead of Alex Albon on those mediums, so we can press on with Lewis. We'll actually harvest into the braking zone here, and then we will deploy. George Russell, 7.5 second lead over Verstappen, who's now ahead of Perez. But George is coming into the pit lane. We could have gone a bit further on those tyres, but I didn't want to lose too much time, and also we can start building a gap. PRS now empty for Lewis, who's on the back straight. Let's see where Russell pops out in all of this. He boxes now. It's actually a couple of tenths quicker than Hamilton, who's coming down the pit straight. Has Russell overcut his teammate? He has not. And they're going to be very, very close together still. But Hamilton looking to get onto the back of Carlos Sainz. And with a bit of DRS, we can make sure we improve our pace. So we've been so quick. We've come out and we're now just a couple of seconds behind Alonso, who we were fighting in the early stages. Talking of fighting, Red Bull are locking horns. And Perez is going around the outside of Verstappen. Imagine if they crashed into each other. Oh, go on, lads. Do it. Do it for the viewers. We're only 5 or 6 seconds behind Perez here, actually. Look at that. 6.1 seconds. So it's very close. They've still got to stop. This might work out a treat, but obviously they're going to come out on fresh tyres. Here's Hamilton looking to overtake Lando Norris. I'll get him to drive in clean air now. And that will turn Russell's overtake aggression up to high. Here comes Hamilton. And we've got to overtake at the same time. So now I'm going to just drop to standard with Lewis. Put him back in neutral with the energy. And the same for George. We're just going to look after these tyres a little bit. Make sure we've got plenty of life in them so that when the Red Bulls pit, we are able to accelerate and keep the gap open and stop them catching us. That's the aim. A safety car or virtual safety car might change that. Might give us a chance to box for fresh softs and turn the tables. We are 2.5 seconds behind Perez with Hamilton, who now pits. So he's going to be really fast on those tyres. Where's Russell as Perez comes out the pits? So we are halfway down to turn 3 as Perez rejoins the track. It's going to be very difficult, I think, to stop Perez winning this race. Obviously, Verstappen is going to pit again and he will go to softs from here. So that strategy call by Red Bull has changed the game. But we have got tyre to use and it will last longer. So hopefully we're in a decent position. Hamilton actually closing on Verstappen. Will they pit him before Hamilton gets DRS? Did we get DRS there? We'll see in a moment. We're actually still on driving clean air. Hamilton did get DRS and Verstappen is staying out. So we could... Well, we're going to be essentially a pit stop ahead. We are a pit stop ahead as Hamilton takes the lead from Max Verstappen. Round the outside into turn 3. Let's watch this again. Just had to change the line a little bit to give himself enough space. And Hamilton takes the lead, which is massive for his championship hopes. So Verstappen's going to need to box and then make up a whole pit stop as Russell sweeps around the outside deliciously. And we resume first and second. So we've got battery to use. We're recovering the fuel. Perez is now behind Stroll. And Verstappen is falling back as well. So we're in a... Well, I mean, what would you rather be? Let me know in the comments. Would you rather be with 15 laps to go, first and second, on slightly used, harder tyres? Or would you like to be 10 seconds behind with softer tyres? Let me know. Which position would you rather be in? The lead position or the chase position? Because right now we are in the lead position and I'm happy with that. Alright, Hamilton in clear air does a 45.3, Russell a 45.1. Verstappen is losing 2 seconds a lap on those old softs. I don't know what Red Bull are doing. They should have brought him in immediately after Perez, because now he is going to lose a whole heap of positions. He might not even finish on the podium at this rate, which is good news for our drivers, because then that means they make a bigger gain in the championship picture. I really don't know what Red Bull are doing on their pit wall, because Max Verstappen still hasn't pitted, and now Sergio Perez's teammate is all over him and actually just going to literally drive past him, because Verstappen's tyres are in that puncture zone. Surely he pits now. No, surely they're not. Are they going to go to the end with that set of tyres? Because if they try to, as Russell takes the lead, the Mercedes are now wheel to wheel, and George Russell is thinking, I want to win this race and take a massive bite out of Verstappen's championship lead. As I was saying on Verstappen, if they leave him out and get a puncture, they deserve it, because this is a idiotic strategy. I don't know what they're doing. Do they even know what they're doing? Right, let's look after our drivers first, because they are squabbling, and Perez is only 12.5 seconds back and is lapping. Well, Russell just did a 44.7. I haven't changed anything. Hamilton's now coming through. 44.8 and a 45.5. Perez a 45.3. Hamilton, though, will have the DRS and the lead. So what do I do here? I mean, I think I just let them fight it out and then hope that Perez doesn't catch us. Because all the time we keep giving each other DRS, Perez isn't going to make that much of an inroad because he doesn't have DRS. So I think the threat from Red Bull has gone away here with 10 laps to go. It's now a straight fight between George and Lewis to win this race. I'm going to make sure that they're both on medium overtake aggression. They're both on rarely defend. So they won't defend. They'll only defend the racing line. So if someone pulls out alongside them, they're not going to stop them going through. So I suppose that mitigates them crashing into each other, because if they jink weirdly or something in the braking zone, then there might be collisions, and that would be disastrous for us. But we've put ourselves in a wonderful position where we can just drive through the castle side by side and it not matter. But I'm just letting them fight now. And Hamilton, is he going to take the lead here? Not into turn one. Just having a look into turn two. Oof. How many times have we seen it go wrong in that corner? And Hamilton now takes the lead. It's going to be just like in Canada. Whoever has DRS on the final lap is going to win the race. And this time I'm just going to let it go to there, because essentially you got DRS on the main straight on lap 50, and then DRS from turn 2 to turn 3 on lap 51, and that's it. So you won't get that in F1 Manager. It doesn't give you that mad run to the line like we saw with Bottas in 2017, where he nicked the podium from Lance Stroll. I'll say the podium, the second place. But here comes George Russell, looking to the inside and taking the lead with 48, 49, 50, 4 laps to go. Hamilton, though, did get the DRS, and he's returning the favour. There we go. And they're going to be side by side. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. I would love it if you just didn't crash, boys. Through the castle, side by side, one more time. Why not? Yeah, fine. All good. We're on the penultimate lap. Let's just let it unfold. Hamilton is going to take the lead here. After that final DRS zone, I'm going to hit Don't Fight Teammate on whoever's in second place, because I don't want them sending it. In fact, Russell's still not really recovering his... Oh, there we go. It's now just about enough to get him over the line. And he will have the DRS for the pit straight. It's going to be a grandstand finish between the two Mercedes. George Russell, who's fighting for his first World Championship, needs to overtake his 7-time World Champion teammate to put himself in position here. Hamilton starts the final lap in the lead. I think Russell might have just crossed the DRS detection point in second place there. I'm not quite sure where it is. Let's see. It was Russell who got DRS, so George Russell is going to clear his teammate here, and Lewis Hamilton's going to have to settle for second position. So, very sorry, Lewis, but don't fight your teammate. Got a yellow flag. Perez has crashed! Sergio Perez has crashed on the final lap. Under no pressure. He's thrown it at the wall. And look at this. He's handed Lando Norris a podium. It's going to be a British 1, 2, 3. Incredible.
Perez had a spin.
Perez had a spin, yeah. Verstappen has got himself to 5th thanks to Perez throwing it at the wall. He might even reach 4th. That was tactical by Red Bull. All right, Sergio, throw it in the wall because Max needs an extra position. Right. Let's not worry about Max Verstappen because we are going to finish 1st and 2nd. Hamilton has got DRS, but it won't matter. He's not close enough. We finish nose to tail, a 1/10 of a second apart. George Russell wins consecutive races and makes a massive inroad, a 15-point inroad into Max Verstappen's championship lead. Lewis Hamilton, 18 points, gets him a little bit closer, but he's losing a little bit of ground to Russell in the process.
Nice work, Lewis.
He's still there with a chance, an outside shot, but he needs to win races. Lando Norris gets a podium for McLaren. Smash the like button for Lando being on the podium. It's a British 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Celebrations for George Russell and for the Mercedes team. A 1st and 2nd. I think that's our 3rd of the season, maybe 4th 1, 2 of the year. The first time we've done it with George Russell in the lead. Let's get to the podium. Oh. Whoops. Sorry to everyone who wanted to see Lando on the podium. That was my mistake. I thought it would just skip to the podium. My bad. But Lando is definitely there on the podium. Oh dear. Anyway. George Russell beats Lewis Hamilton by less than a 1/10 according to this. Drivers' Championship-wise, Verstappen holds the lead but loses 14 points to George Russell thanks to Verstappen getting the fastest lap. He's actually got 4 points through the fastest lap, so his lead could be, he'd only have 299 points for that, so he'd have a 15-point lead. So the current lead is 16 to 300, 18 points, 19 points. I assure you I can count. Lewis Hamilton is a little bit further back now. Perez, I mean, he's not really a contender, is he? But he's there. Hamilton needs to win some more races, that's for certain, because he's won 5 less than Verstappen and sits, 56 points adrift. That's 2 race wins if Verstappen doesn't score and he's still in the lead. But George Russell is right there as well. And Mercedes take the lead in the Constructors' Championship. Well, that is huge. That's a statement. We have moved ourselves clear of Red Bull by 13 points thanks to outscoring them by, 32 points. That's massive for us. And hopefully we can carry that on. The pole sitter, Fernando Alonso, only managed to finish 8th. I mean, what? I mean, retire, old man. You're washed up. If you enjoyed that race, make sure you give the video a nice big thumbs up for me. Subscribe for more F1 Manager content. The next race is the Singapore Grand Prix. and I would love for you to be there with me. You're the best fans. I'll see you in Singapore. It's bye for now.